Our director might have a little bit more experience with this other news for today, but LeBron was at the Crossover Sega this weekend. Not necessarily WNBA news, a little bit more geared toward just basketball in general here, as Jamal Crawford aims to bring basketball to Seattle every summer with his Crossover. So on the 19th, LeBron was announced to play at the Crossover, a pro-am run by, of course, Jamal Crawford. Other players who were already attending were Isaiah Thomas, Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, and Dejounte Murray. And then after LeBron, I saw a tweet that there was more news coming, and Jamal retweeted that with just eye emojis. So I wasn't sure what to expect from that. Well, he then announced that Jayson Tatum and Aaron Gordon were also going to be playing on Saturday in the Crossover. I mean, I don't know what more there is to say. I was excited about LeBron, and then I heard Jayson Tatum, and yeah.
I just put up the two of the photos from the starting fives. I mean, you see all those guys that are mentioned. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I thought that it was important to include this in this week's episode because, I mean, all of that's related to pro basketball. I mean, you know that Seattle's always been a hoop city, so to continue to not have an NBA team in this city is ridiculous. I mean, it was said several times over the week by just about anybody that obviously the fan base is there, the hunger, the passion, the love is always there. The arena's there, the arena's back, right? It's just about getting the team here. And obviously, you know, I've talked about it. The NBA locker rooms, the slot for them are already in Climate Pledge Arena. They're already they're not obviously built, but the spots for it's there. It's on the NBA, and they've already talked about expansion, so it's just a matter of time. But just it was madness to see this, just following it along. Bel mentioned it. Our director Curtis, a few of the other Converge Media family was there. Shaylon was there. I mean, Q from Bird's Eye Visuals was there. Just kind of, it was just ridiculous to see that all, but. There was a lot going on. So why don't we look at what happened the actual day, even the early morning of the game.
Yes. So fans had already started lining up the night before, but early in the morning featured food trucks, pickup games, and nearly 1,000 people lined up. So, I mean, I considered it, but I wasn't sure if that secured your spot in anyway. And with the limited seating, I just left it to.
Well, and then with the lining up, there was a big controversy because when they were officially opening, a bunch of people that hadn't been lined up rushed and got in, as opposed to people that had been lined up. So that was a whole big thing on Twitter. It was.
Do we know if the one guy that showed up with the tent first made it in?
I have no idea.
I was rooting for him. So, anywho, once we get into the game itself here, the fire alarm was pulled pregame, causing fans to have to evacuate and return. And then LeBron was swarmed a few times, causing the game to almost be called off, and security had to come and surround LeBron because everyone just rushed onto the court. I mean, it's LeBron James. We haven't seen a star like that here in a while. So, but of course we expect composure from everyone. So, some unfortunate news here. Chet he was injured in the game. The Thunder rookie exits less than 2 minutes into the game after tweaking his ankle. And then condensation on the court was an issue. So that's what resulted in the cancellation of the game. Paolo Banchero slipped. LeBron seemed to not be fully trusting of the court. So Jamal, of course, made the decision to put the players as a priority and their safety. And I mean, a quote here from him. Let's talk about it. The humidity was there because someone pulled the fire alarm, and powers that be felt more comfortable with the gym doors closed, which we've never done, and they haven't at any of the crossover games I've attended, anywho. But with that, it made the gym a hot box, which in turn caused condensation. From streaming the game, I did notice that those that were there to clean off the court and make sure it was dry were constantly having to be on the court. So definitely an issue. I mean, I haven't been in the gym too much. I don't know what your experience has been with the gym.
I mean, I've been in there a few times. I've been there too recently, but I mean, it can get hot in there. I know that something important that I talked with a few people about was that after this all took place was that Tim Lewicki, one of the guys, brother of Todd Lewicki, big influence in getting CPA built, offered up to Jamal, hey, next year we can do this in CPA. But the only thinking behind that for me is that this is a free event. The Crossover is normally a free event. So how do you get that all set up? That's a whole other thing for them to figure out between now and then. I believe the Crossover playoffs actually took place over the weekend.
They did.
I think you're getting to the end of that. But hopefully by the end, by next year, they're able to figure something out, because you've obviously got stars that will come here. I was talking with Curtis about it. I mean, how else do you top someone like that? With LeBron here, bring like someone like Steph Curry here, not to put seedlings out there, but it's really exciting to see that. Obviously the passion is great, but Jayson Tatum dropped 20 from what I read.
My goodness, Jayson Tatum from the 3.
He talked about it. He said, he'd love to be back here, bring his son, and so the opportunity is there. Just hopefully you set this up right next time and get it all done. But it was fun to watch along what happened.
Yes, I was on Twitter avidly leading up to the game. So